Welcome back to another episode of Talkinshitatl with your hosts, Amanda Ellenberg.
And I'm Prodigy Q.
And then, I don't know if you can see him right now, but Teddy's here. You'll see him pop in at some point. But today we are talking about the road to success, baby.
Yes.
Yeah, so, I know for me personally a lot lately, I've been like going through what I go through. I feel like every year, just different parts of the year of like, am I doing everything right for my career? Like, I know what I want. Am I taking the right path? Because in this industry, there's no clear path.
Right,
and
for sure.
It's just like, I really like and appreciate and am thankful for where I am now. But how am I gonna get where I want to be?
Right. And that's like a major thing in, trying to like, as you try to, figure out like, your path, like, what your purpose is, like, those kind of things. And so I know, like, even so, I think success is becoming kind of, of course, like kind of more taboo now than like, before, because the standards of success has changed over the past few years, and what that looks like and what those expectations are, and those kind of things. But and then again, of course, like, and I know for me, like, the plans I had when I was younger has like changed and evolved
so much.
Yeah,
so much.
So it's like, trying to like navigate through those changes and and figuring out a path of success that's comfortable to like me and comfortable to like what I want and what I'm trying to do, and my overall just life goals. And so it has been like a uphill battle in trying to like figure it out and really pave that way, and navigate that,
I heard someone the other day talk about how like this business is like a wave, like there's up and downs, but the people that have the most success like learn how to ride the wave.
Yeah. And I feel like you really do, because like you said, there is no clear path, and that's like something I like talk about a lot, and just experienced a lot, is because there's no path that
you think you got it. You're like, this will answer everything. I'll get so much work automatically after this.
And for me, like, because the type of person that I am, like, I'm just a a natural rebel, so like I never want to like really go with the grain, So for me, it's just like, for me, it's always like trying to figure out how to navigate, upstream, what I mean, like against what, and make my own place and my own stamp, just again, because like how I personally view, just things, in this industry, that agree with, don't agree with, but but I do believe in, creating a platform that's totally mine, and that kind of thing. So that becomes even more, difficult in that, because now it's like, not only are you already going in in an industry that's already difficult to get, but now you're trying to do it in ways that's kind of against the culture or the norm. So so it has been like many times like feeling like I'm working harder to get it, but given the purpose of it all and the bigger picture of it all, like of course keeps you motivated. Then it's just like, okay, well, I just got to get more creative in getting what I want.
I really hope his fall didn't touch the camera. We'll find out.
Right.
Let us know if you saw a difference. But before we get more into that too, I do want to talk about the definition of success. Because I know like almost everyone out there, especially in particular in the United States, because there's a lot of like countries and cultures that don't think this money hungry work way.
Right.
But like we're taught the American dream is mostly the good career, the money, and then maybe the white picket fence and the family ain't cool. But it's mainly that money. Like, how am I gonna make all that money? And that is like the true meaning of success culturally here.
Right.
But success is actually the good or bad outcome of an undertaking. It ain't saying nothing about money.
Right.
Like, it has nothing to do with money.
Yeah.
Because I feel very successful and rich in my relationships. And, like, sometimes I doubt myself because I feel like that's motherhood, whether it's a child or an animal. But even in being a dog mom, I'm like, I feel there's moments of, like, real big wins and success. Like, I am successful as a person, the person that I've created. Yeah, like, and that's the thing about success. Even when you're talking about a job, even people that have huge, what we think of as success, like, there's still more coming there that they want. There's still more, like, failures that they haven't, like, made a plan to change, and that's, like, there's still more success coming to them. And so even when you, there's, I don't know what else I was trying to say. I got real distracted. Yeah. I started thinking about what we were talking about. I was like, I'm looking at the camera so much, and then Teddy started sliding the camera more. And then here we are. It's really moving. It's definitely, we have to fix it. Okay. Hello. Hold on. I don't know if we'll keep you this close. Come on. Move your butt. Move your butt. We might cut this. We might not. What does it look like? Because you can see it better than me.
Yeah.
There?
Yeah, but you mean turns this. Because now I'm like cut off.
Oh, yeah. There we go. Okay. Is that good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we're back.
We'll see if we keep that. Yeah.
Okay, cool.
Come here. Hold on. We're going to take another intermission. He doesn't take a lot of intermissions anymore, but he still does take some. Let's lay down. Let's get them legs up here. And let's lay down. Good boy. All right. You know, kids take no days off.
Right. I didn't say that right.
But, yeah. What do you feel successful in?
You know, and I feel successful at the moment, like, just in, like, finally getting to a place where, like, I've, you know, I finally have, like, a schedule that's working for me. You know, I've been, you know, but I guess you guys don't know it that way. But, you know, so I've been, you know, doing a lot of things, like, you know, working like in other industries and food, you know, mainly like food and stuff of that nature. And so for a long time, it's been me trying to, okay, you know, we still got to pay bills, you know, so we still got to make money. So of course, this is an avenue that's allowed me to make money, but it's not, but I'm not ultimately fulfilled in this, because of course there's something else I want to do, and I know many people may feel that same way, you know, as well, you know, where you're doing something, it's like, okay, I'm doing this to pay bills, but I do want to do something better. And so it was really trying to get to a place of, okay, well, how can I still make the money I need, and that's still, you know, what is my biggest need and what I'm trying to do, but I know I still got to make the bills, especially again with this, you know, and trying to pursue this kind of, again, this avenue, this career. Like, you know, work is not like, you know, it's a show at a time. It could be, you know, and you just never know, because it's based off the show, movie, whatever. So, you know, in the industry, it's never anything that's 100% like guaranteed always, you know. And so, again, you know,
even when you work consistently for years, sometimes it's hiatus.
You know,
so you got to learn multiple skills to be able to pop into different areas, like, all the time.
You know, and that's the biggest thing. And so it's like, okay, well, how can I still do that?
I love this industry. Don't get me wrong. I know we be bitching, but we love it, and that's why we take the path that we do.
Right, we do love it.
We love it.
We love it so much. We wouldn't do anything else, and so it's like, I got to find something that I can still do that's going to allow me that time. And there's many different things, you know, that's out there and available, you know, work wise, whether, you know, sometimes work from home, or, you know, just whatever is going to put you in that position where you can do and have more time to, like, focus on what you need to focus on for yourself. Because that's been the biggest thing, is like, you know, I have all this, you know, not all this energy, but, you know, most of my energy is getting depleted from this job. So then when I'm, you know, I get off, or whatever the case may be, now, you know, I'm too tired to pursue and do the things I need to do for me. You know? And,
so you got to work something that doesn't drain you, too.
Yeah.
If it's possible, some other job that doesn't drain you. I feel like, honestly, drained from, like, anything but acting. Like,
I feel that too. And again, I think that's true. It's like, again, you're in something that, again, you're not fully passionate in. It's just draining, just being there. Right? You know what I mean? And that's what it's been like a long time. You know, I love cooking. I love the whole thing and the industry. You know, but again, it was many days like that. Like, I'm doing this, I'm doing service, I'm in the kitchen or whatever, and I really wish I could be doing this, or, you know, pursuing my own things. And so to get to a place now where I have that balance, and I'm doing something that allows me to make my own schedule, work when I want to work, and then I can then have a lot of time now to actually focus and, get stuff off my to-do list and actually get things done, and like edit little videos, all the things that I really need to do. It's been it's been really rewarding, and for me, like, it's definitely a pivotal moment in my success and in my future success, because again, all these things that I am working on is preparation for my future self, my future situations and stuff like that. So, and
there's stuff you're learning on anything you do, like in life. If you like pay attention and analyze, then you can learn a lesson from anything. So it's still like creating you into a better person, employee, and boss for the future. Right.
And that's how I look at a lot of stuff that I've been through, going through. Is like these are tests in order for the person I'm trying to be, whether the situation is, okay, I'm supposed to learn some patience here, I might supposed to learn some customer service here, I might have, and all these tactics, because again, it is that to build me to, again, where I want to go and where I want to be. And so
I do feel a lot happier when I think like that in like jobs that I've had in the past or now or whatever. Like when I really think about like the lessons and how much I am working and how much I'm still able to be doing within like the boundaries of what I want to do, and how it really is making me better. When I do think about that, I feel so much better. It's when I think about, but I don't have what I want right now. Right. And I feel like I keep on getting older. So when's it going to happen?
And that's how I feel too. Like, even though, I have to look at those things too and say like, the age of it all doesn't define us. Even though a lot of times we do feel that, but I have to like remind myself too, like,
and so many women are having like full-on families, like pregnancies and everything, like in their late 30s to 40s. Oh, and they're saying that evolution-wise, it's gonna end up. Oh God! He moved it. I thought I was gonna save it. Oh, I hate you right now, Teddy. I've got to learn how to not say I hate you when I have kids. Okay. Fuck. What was I even saying? But
back to success.
But I do want to point out that this definition isn't only talking about the good. Like, people think about success, they think about, I have everything I want, I got it. Right. But it says good or bad outcome of an undertaking. So it's really about the undertaking. It's about you challenging yourself, doing something new, something that is out of your comfort zone. Right. And it's the good or bad result of that is success. Just doing it. It's success, no matter what the result is.
And I feel like that too. Like, even like small stones, like say, anytime, like I said, just checking something off the to-do list feels like a major step towards, like, and again, like, just the life I want, the things I want. And I do believe, like, that the things that we want is definitely like ours to have. Like, I believe heavily, like, manifestation and, putting your ideas and your actions behind towards. You
can't just like just do the manifestation. You're right. You have to do something about it.
And part of the manifestation is the
trusting that you're doing enough
and the action part of it, because the way that energy it creates and it abounds, once you put it out, it it goes forward. So the more you're just doing that same thing toward like one specific thing, eventually like things start lining up.
I was gonna say the more awareness you have when you do have an opportunity, because you're open to it, you're aware.
Yeah.
Because you've already opened your mind to that path.
Exactly. And I think, again, and then it starts coming towards you, because then the more you start thinking about it, you start asking questions, then you start having conversations, and sometimes those conversations lead to this nugget you didn't know, or this thing, or you start just randomly researching stuff about and then you start seeing and I realized from that, those like a lot of things we want is like a little again, it's the process and the work of it. That's what makes it kind of hard work in that way. But it's like it's still possible. Like, it's like, if you do these steps, you can see these results.
I used to always say that the people that made it were the ones that believed they could. Yeah. Like, I used to always say that because, and I need to start saying it more. Yeah. Because it's fucking true. Like, all these people saying, oh, well, there's a slim chance. Are you sure you want to do that career? Right. Like, you know how many people make it as a blah, 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 blah? Yeah. Like, right. Like, I know, but I'm going to be that one, baby. I'm going to be one of them. Right.
And I always said the motto too, like,
no matter what age it ends up being.
If it was easy, that everybody would be doing it. Yeah. And it's so true, And, so it's just one of those things, like, for me, like, just kind of been working in that a lot more, and now, like I said, so now that I'm actually in the place now where, again, like, I now have that time, and I'm now, I've been in a place where now I can actually have time to actually be creative now.
Right.
I can really have time to think about, okay, well, kind of things do I want to make, and kind of get back to, like, writing stuff. And, so it's just been really good to finally, like, get, especially, as a creative, like, where, you don't have those opportunities and outlets for creativity. I don't feel like, for me, I get, like, what I'm saying? Like, it's like it just boils over, and I'm needing, like, something, some way.
And I don't know about you, but for me, the podcast feeds a big part of that, but it doesn't feed all of it, because it doesn't touch every single part. Like, I feel like I need multiple projects going on at once to be fulfilled creatively as a whole.
Absolutely.
Like, because even like, acting's my number one love, okay? That will always be my soulmate. Yeah. But I still need more than just acting creatively to feel whole and to feel like I am, like, expressing myself as much as I want to. Even though I'm not even, like, a painter or, like, I draw. Like, I like doing stuff like that, too. Yeah, right. It's another way to let it out. Like, I don't think I'd ever get paid for it. But my abstract stuff is cool sometimes. But, I still have to do it. And
you got to put some on the site, man. They might...
Maybe.
they might be ready.
Surprise me,
I would love an Ellenberg original.
Yeah. I just got to make my signature, like, a burger or something. That would be fun. I do want to share some stories. I think it's really encouraging to hear people who have already made it, and to hear about times where they quote-unquote failed and then persevered, and then now we know where they are. It's like, I feel like very inspiring. So one of them is Elvis. So when he performed at the Grand Ole Opry in Nashville, the manager told him that he should stick to truck driving because he won't make it in this business.
Oh, wow, really?
And then, he's Elvis.
That's so crazy.
That's insane. There was a movie made about him just a couple years ago. He died a while ago, or did he? The conspiracy. But like,
so
that's
crazy too, though. Apparently on the shitter is wild.
Yeah.
Wild way to go. Deuce. Sheesh.
He said deuces for real.
Yeah.
People just didn't know he was trying to create that word.
Right.
He was trying to make it a thing.
That's so crazy.
Also, Hugh Jackman's first job was at a 7-Eleven, and he was fired for having too many talks with the customers. Really? He was just jabbering about. They were like, okay, but are you going to restock? Like, it was just another reason of, like, he's meant for that. Yeah. That's why sometimes I'm like, when I'm in an office setting, I feel like I might not be meant for this because I talk so much. I got in trouble in school. The only thing I got in trouble for was talking. Really? Like, especially in elementary school, before I learned to, like, be quiet during class, I would be talking and talking and talking. Yeah. I had to pull so many pieces in nap time because I was just poking my neighbors and talking. Like,
that's so funny.
When they wrote on my report card, they were like, "Bitch can't stop talking." Right. So funny. I feel you.
Listen, that's so funny.
And then this is another one where it's like relating to their career. So Mark Cuban was a software salesman, and he was fired for disobeying orders after a sale, even though he made $10,000 in that sale for the company.
What?
And he was fired after that, and he was like, "Bet, I'm gonna be my own boss."
Oh, that's cool.
Jerry Seinfeld had a rude awakening when he showed up at a table reading for this 80s sitcom he got, and realized he showed up for the table reading, realized he got cut.
Oh, no way.
That's so embarrassing. Like, y'all couldn't call my agent before this?
Right, that is.
You want me to show up, show my face, say, "Hey, I'm supposed to be in it."
And then they're like, actually,
let's read my part.
Your part.
You're just sitting in the corner.
Your part is over there. Go. That's so funny.
Like, it's insane. There's so many. I mean, so many ones. Like, oh my God, it's like everyone and their mother. This one I found really interesting. So Anna Wintour, you know who that is?
I know the name.
Yeah. So now she's worth $35 million because she's a designer, and then also like came up with, or at least like hosts and pays for and like manages, puts together the Met Gala.
Nice.
Yeah. So she was fired from Harper's Bazaar from her position as a junior fashion editor because she was critiqued too much for her edgy style.
Wow.
And now the Met Gala is all about edgy style.
Right.
And I mean, don't get me wrong, I know there was all that like drama, and I fully believe this was way too much, and all of that money should have gone to Palestine. But they're charging, I think it was $75,000 a ticket.
Really? That's how much it cost to go to the Met?
Yeah. It was something like that. It was very close. That's crazy. Yeah. And she's worth $35 million. And that's why you just can't let these hoes bring you down.
That is the truth. That is the message for sure.
That's the overall title, maybe. I don't know.
Just don't listen to these naysayers and a day at a time. You know what I'm saying? Put some goals down, all the things.
And just because someone has power doesn't mean what they say is right.
Yeah,
like, and I mean, we all know that already as like, ethically, right? They're usually wrong. So they could also be wrong about the job and how to do it.
Right. And it's so easy for somebody to say, what you can't do. But I feel like we all got our, I know a lot of people say, well, there's a lot of people who are already doing this or doing that and those kind of things. But I just feel like, you just find your own way, find the people that rock with you and, and do it, You're not going to please everybody in nothing you do.
Nothing.
So might as well just...
You're always gonna have haters.
Yeah,
so don't be your own.
I always be like, I just be like, give them something to hate about. That's how I feel.
Yeah,
that's my biggest thing. You want to hate? Oh, I'm about to give you something to talk about.
You'll be talking about me for days.
Right. I'll give you something to talk about. Feel free to hate on me. What you say? Feel free to. Yeah, because you about to hate this one. Mm-hmm. Like, dang, love that.
Yeah.
But the goal, for the goals for like me, like, so, and just that too has been like, just really focusing on like, big, like just bigger. I've just been thinking bigger. I've been playing so, just in like pursuit. Like, I had a friend was like, you thought about opening a theater? And I'm like, no. But you put it in my mind, I'm like, maybe I should. You know what I mean? And so, so it's been like those kind of things. Like, now it's like, okay, before I wanted to do this, but now. I see kind of greater in that in my life and what I want. So, I've been in pursuits of those things and more like really bigger career building things, which is crazy too because again, like for a long time I've been wanting to do this one thing, and so it's crazy not to see this part of me and who I am now. Like, again, it's going from like say we're trying to think about one day just want to work in a theater to now like say making plans of owning a theater. Like it's just mind blowing because I never would have thought that I would even be thinking this way and like even now like actively like doing my due diligence because I'm still the infancy stages of the thought but doing my research and calling people, talking to people, just how do you go about those things, just the but it's been really good because again like the more you kind of see, the more you start seeing like, oh man, like again, this is possible. A building is this. Okay, I need this. I would need, and again, like I know a lot of times the daunting things is like the money and stuff. Like where's it going to come from? How is it going to get paid? You know what I mean? And those things are hurdles in it. But typically, it's like you just have like the just those main ingredients of just the idea and the plan, and what I'm saying, and again, just more so than just idea because when it really comes to a lot of things, it is. The legitimacy of stuff, so it is looking into okay, well, if it's something I really want to do, then I still, I got to look into like, what is it like, insurances or look into, guidelines or look into, state laws, so you got to do all that, but it's part of it to be like, okay, you just again check these things off and you do that, boom, and now you're good. Okay, then you got this, but you have to have that structure of it. The legitimacy of it, so you do have to get that stuff. You do got to write it down. You do got to get that business plan. You do got to get that, those kind of things. But it's been dope. It's been fun. It's been a lot. Learning a lot of stuff, and I'm excited for like next 10 years, man. I really am. Like what I mean. And it's gonna start with like these things.
I know. You know what I've been thinking about a lot lately is that I did write. I wish I could find it. I did write a 5 and 10 year plan. My freshman year of college.
Oh yeah.
And it's already been past 5. I don't know what, but I guess it's 5 now.
Yeah.
No, it's 5 since I graduated. God, I'm older than I think sometimes. It's been almost 10.
It's all about how we feel.
But yeah. Well, I don't feel that good. I'm gonna tell myself I do. But we're gonna see what else happened with this earring because I lost the back too. But I don't remember. Oh yeah, I want to do that now. I want to find it, but I also want to create one now because now I have way more specifics of what I want to do because some of the stuff that I decided that I definitely want to do just popped up in the last few years.
Yeah, and I think that those are important because I've done those too, like 5-10 years. You know, like you do like a few months to you do like a few months
where it goes
to like a year, and then
where does it go?
You do like 2 months to a year. Oh Lord.
Thank you.
Wardrobe.
Thank you. We did last looks. We were together at last looks.
Okay. This is why we need a crew. You know what I'm saying?
I know.
Our wardrobe and it fell out again.
Oh my god. But I don't know where the back is. It's somewhere down there in my titties. And I'm not going to go digging. Alright, well, I guess I'm really going to turn my head to
wardrobe malfunction then.
Yeah.
That's funny.
Oh my god. I really stabbed all around it before I got to it.
That's hilarious.
I don't even remember what you were saying. I got it that time. I got it quickly. I'm just going to not shake my head a lot.
Oh, it's about doing the 10-year plans.
Okay.
Writing those down is good. It's like really good. You really can like see structures, and then you can really start like to see like even in that moment you really can start to see like breaking it down to like smaller steps of like what you want, and it's really dope.
Oh my god! Speaking of smaller steps, I meant to say it earlier. So I made a list last weekend of all of these things that I need to get done. But normally when I write these lists, it's like I gotta get the bathroom done, and I know what that means. Like it's like 5 or 6 different things that I have to do. But instead of doing it like that, I wrote down every single individual task that I needed to get done. Yeah. And not only did I feel happier, more successful, like more accomplished, but I genuinely got more done.
Right.
Because I kept on having something to pull back my focus. So then, number one, I'm not just thinking about it out of my head. My head isn't clogged. But then also, like, it wasn't, like, as big of a daunting task. And I have to, even when I say clean the bathroom, I still have to think a little bit about what each task is. Like, and then also I was able to, since I felt so motivated and happy and proud of myself, then I got stuff done faster.
Yeah, and I feel like that helps like in that too, because I try to do like for Mondays, that's like my day is where like on Mondays I pretty much do all of like my planning, my budgets, I look at everything. Okay, what I have to do for the podcast, what I have to do for myself, what I have to do, and break those down and like set to my to-dos for the list, but for the week, and then just check them off, do them, what I'm saying, those kind of things. And of course by the next week when I'm doing it again, then I can go back and say, okay, well, we didn't get done, or stuff that got pushed back, then I can add it back to another week, or and just give myself to like just constantly like reevaluate and evaluating, and then and then again still getting stuff done. And I've been feeling that like getting, like I say, I mean it's just been amazing. Like,
a planner is
and I've never been a planner person, and it really, and I'm still really not for real, but of course, like the more I'm doing, like the more I'm actually like proud of myself in that, because I've never been like a planner person. Like, and I've bought planners, all life and college, all the things, and never used them, like, because I just
I've gone in and out,
and I'm just the type of person because I just always know like what I need to do. So, and because like I'm constantly thinking about things I need to do, then I'm never like, what I mean?
See, I constantly think about what I need to do, but there's always like 1 or 2 things that get forgotten each time, and it's different things each time. Yeah. But because it's such a long list, like there's a few left off, and then most of the time that ends up being like the most pressing thing that I should have done.
And I'll never really get everything done, but I do have like also like a priority placement in my life when it comes to certain things. So like things that like happen like immediately, things that can like happen over time, and then things that can. As long as I get to it, what I'm saying, kind of thing. And I try to keep things kind of in that order. And it changes around week to week and day to day, and what I'm saying, all the things. But for the most part, also at the same time, be like, okay, well, at the end of the day, these are the things that need to get done today. And as long as I get that done, then I do feel accomplished in my day. And do it again next day, put it on next week's to-do list. Even though I try to be better at that too, because a lot of times I do procrastinate a lot too. So I try to be better, like, okay, that whole, like, don't put off today what you, tomorrow what you can do today kind of thing. So I be trying.
Yeah. I didn't follow it, but I did make a cleaning schedule. That's gonna happen. Okay. But I do deep cleans on Sundays and like mini cleans on Thursdays. And I did towards the end of the week get into crazy mode and didn't get as much done as I wanted to. And like I haven't deep cleaned yet today. But I did, at least for a few days of the week and some throughout the weekend, I did keep it picked up from what I already had done on Sunday because I made it look so much better. It's just mainly been this weekend that it got a little bit more back to crazy town. But I will, like, at least, like, do the quick things that'll make it feel automatically better today. And I'm excited for that, and that's helped a lot, and that makes me feel a lot more free in my mind. But I really can't. I can't wait to have a little bit more freedom in my schedule because there's so many things that I have planned, but I'm trying to figure out some small good habits that I need to always keep up, even when I'm working a lot, like right now.
Right. And that's the tough part, like, so you're doing, like, so you do have another job or things. I mean, because even for myself, like, I made the schedule and stuff like that, but I mean, I'm still, working, more time than that. But, but surprisingly, though, you don't need much, really. I have a friend who says all the time, like, I think, like, 20, 30 minutes a day just doing one thing is, like, by the end of the week, you've done, like, 20, 30% more than most people.
Yeah.
So,
so. That's what I'm trying to get into the habit. And I gotta stop saying trying, because I hear my professor from college every time being like, don't try, just do. Like,
try is a fail. That's what you said. Try is a fail. Like, you either do or you don't.
It literally above our studio it said do or do not. There is no try.
There's no try, right? You either do it or you don't. You either did it or you didn't do it. And if you didn't do it, then you just put in things in place so that you do it. That you can do it.
But I am actively working on adding a few different things to my routine and just starting at 10 minutes. Like, I want to work out for 10 minutes a day. I want to work on some aspect of my career, whether it's like creating acting videos, searching for auditions, like editing videos for the podcast, like working on some scripts, like whatever it is, working on my stand-up, whatever it is. I want to add 10 minutes of working on my performing craft. And then 10 minutes of cleaning every day, period. And that's only 30 extra minutes. I can do that. I can do that right now.
So you can do it.
And there's more that I want to add, and there's more that I want to do, but I'm trying to, like, I am working on keeping myself from... And I'm working on that, too. I'm working on, like, starting small and then becoming confident and feeling happier and noticing the differences from the small thing than taking on the challenge fully immediately. Because, like, I learned that from... quitting vaping. I can't. There's some things that I can't cold turkey either stop or start.
And I agree with that. And like I said, looking back to like on so the time of things, because sometimes it's a process. You have to like trust the process. And just know that things you're doing and working on is like not in vain. And a lot of times, like for me, like that's been like a big thing for me, because when I look back at like where I was like before I went to South Carolina and came back, and where it was like. What I was going through, where I was at, and what I was hoping to be able to do and come back to, and then like literally leaving, coming back, and then like, then a year later, seeing myself like in that, by sticking to like doing this, making a decision, making this plan, and then like and then seeing it like the end result and seeing like everything you was hoping to happen. It's like it's so great because it's like, okay, well, now I got these goals. So, you know what I mean? So it's like, okay, well, this happened.
On to the next
you know what
one.
I mean? So there's like, boom. Okay, if I could just do that same thing, stick to the goal, stick to the plan, then that end result of what it actually manifests to happen is like makes it worth it, you know, because it's like, okay, like this.
But also
really
be spontaneous.
Remember?
Yeah. Shout out to one of our last episode.
So being spontaneous, yes. So and that's always room for spontaneity. That's why I be like my to-do list. Like as long as I get these things done, I feel good because for me, it's the opportunity or room for that.
And
easily.
like you hear a lot of times where it's like you just need. Get 3 big tasks done a day. Like, write a list that's 3 tasks, and that's the only thing you have to get done that day. And then write, you can write what else you hope to get done, but there's 3 things that you have to get done that day.
Yeah.
And it does help. I feel like whenever I do that, I don't do it consistently.
Yeah, right.
Working on it. But whenever I do that, I do feel like I get more done on the rest of the list.
Right. And I'm so tired.
Because I take the pressure off myself so that I'm not like focusing on being anxious about not fulfilling this goal that I set for myself. Exactly. So why am I so mad about it?
Exactly. And that's the thing too, like, doing those too, like it definitely kind of, keeps you accountable to even to yourself.
Yeah.
And that's like a major thing too, because sometimes there's things that I don't get done, that even maybe I could have, but it's like, okay, you don't sweat about it, just gonna add it to this week list and try to make it a better priority, and there's some things that I go back on my past to do list and be like, yeah, we never did that, we never got that done, we still it is part of the process is like that, where some things can happen before, like so other life things happening, and like say even like for like you said before, like I need multiple things too, like I can't just focus on one thing, so a lot of times it's like, okay, cool, I'm doing something here, but then now this thing over here really needs my attention over here, and then okay, boom, now I gotta kind of put this stuff out there, then I gotta get a little more attention here.
And sometimes it takes longer to complete the project because I'm doing 5 different projects, but I do feel more fulfilled that way.
I agree, and I know some people be like, no, you should always do one project at a time and then move on. But I'm like, listen, I don't operate.
And I feel like I can bring more back to the other project with the knowledge and perspective I gained from the other one.
I agree.
Sometimes I feel like if I'm stuck too much in a tunnel vision of one project, then I'm gonna lose sight of the magic that I could bring to it.
I agree.
Because I think part of it is also being spontaneous in general. That gives you better life perspective. That gives you better characters to pull from. That gives you so many things that you need to make the product better. Diversity creates a better product. Yeah. So if you're doing a lot of diverse things in your life, you're gonna create a better product, and that's on my period. Maybe not for other people.
Sometimes though, I gotta
refocus.
Yeah, because a lot of times it'd be when I start thinking about, especially for those moments where I'm really, I'm thinking about everything I got to do and everything I had to do for those particular things. A little bit, sometimes I do trigger a little anxiety. Sometimes I'm like, oh my god, I got so much. Oh my god, what I mean? But what I've been able to do too to focus myself too is focus on, what I did was then give each thing a particular day. And so it's like, like I said, Mondays is my planning days. So then I get that. And then, Tuesdays is days work for me. And then Wednesdays is the podcast stuff days. And then Thursday, you know what I'm saying? And then and then with the other days, and then I just kind of repeat it. So then,
it's a really good idea.
Yeah, and that helps because then only that day I can just focus on this one thing, get it all
and
out.
And I gotta get it done that day.
Yeah, that's it. And they go, and it's good because I can do it that way too, where ultimately everything at least gets 2 days, which is really good.
And then it's a rhythm. Because you're once you get used to that for a few weeks, then it's just second nature. You know that this day to get what done, and then you've already thought about what exactly you need to get done because you're already expecting this day.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been a bit helpful in like I said, really in that and keeping everything kind of just a game for my mind. What I'm saying? Again, when I'm not thinking about everything, it's like I said, I only got to focus on this. And then of course my Mondays I make my to-do list for everything, and and then it's just executing it on those days. So it's been really helpful. It's really
I might copy you on some of this for sure. My acting professor always used to say, if it's not nailed down, steal it. You didn't mean actual things, don't steal actual things. I feel like ideas.
Good artists steal. Great artists. Good artists would borrow. Great artists steal. And
it wasn't his quote either. So
that's what they say. So hey, I feel it.
If you find a technique that works for you, use it. It doesn't matter if someone else came up with it.
It is that too, just finding what's going to work for you. And again, I've tried so many different things and all kind of things, but so far this is kind of what's been, again, working the business, again, yielding results, and again, results that I can see, because again, like, and I do think regardless of, whatever methods you do, like, there is power in writing stuff down. Like, I know so many people say it, so many experts say it, and so many successful always say, I wrote it down. It's something about writing something down.
Literally, I just thought of it. I'm like, everyone says that. Everyone that I know that, like, whether I actually know them, but everyone I have, like, heard talk and done, like, all of them.
Wrote it
Life
down.
coaches, they're always, write it down.
Write it down.
It makes it real.
It does. It
and
really
it,
does.
like, burns it in your, Ted. Oh, thank you. And it puts it in your mind. He is on one today, man. I took him out for hours at a time today, and he did nothing.
You got energy.
I made him run and everything, and he was like, I'm gonna run, but I'm gonna hold my pee. Little boy. Oh, I want to read some of these quotes.
Oh, yeah.
So, like, also, I feel like you could have a lot of success and, like, happiness and love, and I think that this quote speaks to that. So, when you give joy to other people, you get more joy in return. You should give a good thought to the happiness that you can give out. So think about it. And that's Eleanor Roosevelt. Think about what happiness you can bring, you can give to people. Like, actually take it in and plan for some of that stuff, too. And I feel like more moments for, like, creating happiness come to you. And it's scientifically proven that making someone else happy, like, gives you dopamine too.
Yeah, absolutely.
So even if you do it selfishly, like, at least you're making the place a better, like, making the world a better place. Also, this is a really good one. Success, and this is what I was talking about a little bit earlier. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Come on. That's a word right there. Snap.
Yeah. And I know he got some problems.
Right, who said
but
that?
Winston Churchill said it.
I
know.
Hey,
I can't remember what all his problems are. But sometimes, some people who've done bad things or done questionable things or done problematic things can still have a nugget of wisdom, even if the rest of them ain't.
I was going to say, listen, you might not rock with the messenger, but just make sure you got the message.
Yeah, the message is what hits. Let me just remove that. Success is not final. Failure is not fatal. It is the courage to continue that counts.
Come on,
that's sorry for screaming in your ear. I know I got your ear and audience.
Yeah, so funny. I love that quote. That's good.
Yeah, it's a really good one. Yeah. I've heard this before. The road to success and the road to failure are almost exactly the same. Says Colin R. Davis, and I think I looked him up because I was like, who? Yeah. I think he was an English conductor. I think that's what they said. Okay. I didn't look too much into him. I was just like, who? And then I moved on. And this is what we were talking about earlier, too. Develop success from failures. Discouragement and failure are two of the surest stepping stones to success. That's from Dale Carnegie. The pessimist sees difficulty in every opportunity. The optimist sees opportunity in every difficulty.
Mm-hmm. I think I'm pretty.
That was Winston Churchill.
Pretty big of an optimist.
Yeah.
Always be trying to.
I go through my waves.
Yeah, I try to always see the good. Always try to see the lesson learned.
Yeah, it's like the core of me fighting anxiety Amanda. Yeah. And then, sometimes anxiety Amanda wins. Yeah. And she's real negative because she's scared. Okay. Okay, so I really wish you weren't knee deep in yourself on camera, but okay, Ted. Okay. So our greatest glory is not in never falling, but in rising every time we fall. I don't know who said that, but failure is simply the opportunity to begin again, this time more intelligently. Energy and persistence conquer all things. Mm-hmm.
I heard a quote that I kind of live by. I think it's so true. It's like, if you fall, try to land on your back, because if you can look up, you can get up.
Ooh,
I try to keep that.
But if you actually fall, don't try to land on your back. If you physically fall, please don't plan for your back. But in the metaphor and watching it happen in my brain, that's perfect. Perfect.
Right, please don't fall.
Yeah, that is not endorsed here. It is, you gotta land where you like hit the thigh butt hip and you basically flail out to the side.
Think about all them it's like social media posts that's coming out where people like, you know, plug in, I guess, restaurant or whatever, and they're like they're doing a little trust test, and they're like and the person fall back. Don't trust, man, but trust, believe, we got the best chicken. That's what I saw one person, I was like, what the fuck? I was like, it was so funny. It was like,
I know.
Let's see, you know.
We gonna cover him up. Teddy's being a little hoe, so we gonna cover him up. This is one of my favorites. So, it is only when we take chances that our lives improve. The initial and most difficult risk we need to take is to become honest. So, you gotta take chances. And you got to realize where you're at and what chances you need to take.
Right. And sometimes that's, you know, it's difficult. But again, like, even just like I was saying before, like, sometimes you just, this is what I want. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes it is changing. Sometimes it is changing, you know, where you're working at currently. You know, what you're currently doing, you know. So for some people, it might be who you currently with, you know. Like, sometimes, you know.
And if you had even an inkling of a thought, that was you. You need to listen to that because,
Because sometimes, like you said before, like, not only do people in that way again tell you, you know, to, you know, why would you do that, or, you know, those kind of things, but there are people sometimes in your life that, you know, really stunt in your place for growth and success, you know.
If anyone in your life, if this rings true for anybody out there, anyone, friends, partners, family, anyone, if I know it's hard with family sometimes, you just gotta cut back, sometimes you can't completely let them go, but like, if they're not adding to you, they're subtracting from you.
That's exactly it.
So, do not, like, evaluate all the relationships in your life and be like, okay, who is this to me? What are they adding to me as a person, my growth into my life? And if it's hard to think of anything, then maybe they meant for you.
Because I do believe, like, you know what I mean? And it's true that sometimes I know in the moments, you know, sometimes we think about a life without a person, you know, and where they are, but I do believe, like, sometimes some people are not meant to be with you. You know what I'm saying? On the wave, you know.
And time is limited, so you
and that's the biggest thing too. Like, yo, we're never, you know what I'm saying? Like, every day that passes, is living days we never get back, you know. And so to not live with that purpose and
he about to knock over your drink. He keeps on going when we're getting into these rhythms.
So he
loves to mess around.
I got it though.
Thank you. I heard it sliding. I was like, I'm sorry. Go on your roll.
No, because dang, Teddy.
I know, and it was so good, and now I can remember. And that's what happens every time he distracts me. I forget everything that was just said, whether I'm saying it or listening to it.
Dang it. It was good. Hey, I know we was going. I played it back.
It was good. At some point.
But yeah, you know, we just, I don't know. But yeah, I know you said, but yeah, sometimes you gotta, you know, remove those people who, you know, again, if they're not for you, and again, you know, you watch those people that if you tell them your dream, that laugh, like, you really need to watch this people.
Or they'll try to secretly, like, undermine you or, like, make you come down. Like, people will try to, like, manipulate you or manipulate others into bringing you down.
And lots of times people can't see, you know, it in themselves, and so of course, you know, it's easier to make somebody else feel, you know, the same way, you know. And again, those, you know, those people are not meant for you, because again, we're designed for more, designed for better, you know. Again, we should have the lives we deserve, you know. And like I said, time is so limited for real. So, you know, I always believe that, like, we're only literally as, you know, young and old as we ever going to be to do anything. And
they say you're the product of the 5 people that you spend the most time with.
I've heard that too.
So I'm like, who are the 5 people? And I know my people. I'm good.
Yeah.
But it's like, who are the 5 people? What are they teaching me? Like, it's, and I got to where I'm good now by thinking about this and by reflecting and by cutting cutting off who I need to. And especially when I meet people and I feel instantly I should run away, I listen to it. I don't question it. I used to question it and be like, well, I'm probably being harsh. They're probably great, and I'm just being a dick. But no, I was right all along. They end up showing their true colors at some point. So, also, this is a really cool one to know. So, Walt Disney got fired for a lack of creativity as a cartoonist for a Missouri newspaper.
Wow.
And then he started Disney.
That's so crazy.
Yeah. He started with, like, the Steamboat and a few other ones.
Yeah.
Like, he started with Mickey as his first one, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
I know. And now, like, I know he's long gone, but now his company, I mean, you know, they got other problems. But still, if you're looking at it as a whole, like, his company is multi-billion-dollar business that has bought out a bunch of other businesses, and he started it from a quote-unquote failure, from something that could have brought him down and convinced him this wasn't for him. He got fired as a cartoonist for lack of creativity.
Crazy. That's so crazy.
That could easily bring someone down. And they're like, yeah, they're right. I'm at a company that does this, and they say I can't do it, so I must not be able to do it. Right. Instead, he was like, fuck you. I'm going to start my own business. I'm going to later open this park. I'm going to create all these shows, and I'm going to, like, completely change this industry.
Right. You know, and I think sometimes, like, you know, it's that, like, you know, you think something is, you know, not for your good, and then it turns out to be, you know?
Yeah.
And sometimes it's that situation, you know, like in life, you know, things happen, you think it's going to be one way, and then, you know, something, you know, fuels you to do something else, and, you know, and I think that's just great, you know, because I think it's so true. Don't let these, man, nobody tell you that you can't do something that, you know, that you know, and it's so great. I remember that play I did, and I just remember getting that feedback from like my professor being like, it has no character development, it has, you know, it doesn't have this, it doesn't have that, and then they was doing like another department was doing it was a writing, like creative writing scholarship.
Workshop?
Yeah, it was creative writing scholarship.
Oh, okay.
So I submitted that same work to it and won the scholarship. And then my professor was like, so what'd you just submit? Oh, I submitted this
you hated it.
right.
And they loved it, and they paid me for it, bitch.
And then I went later on to go to actually produce that show and the whole
that's awesome.
You know, which they didn't think I would do that either. But if I heard they was talking that about my back, saying they wouldn't. And guess what?
And
we did. And we did again. And we did again. So yeah. So true, you know.
For real. I like, hello. I love this little boy.
He's like, listen, I'm trying to escape.
And he's really trying to show the crowd
I'm trying to
his
escape.
goodies. Yo goodies. Okay. What else do we want to talk about? Because we're about to skedaddle, y'all. Even though I don't know how much time this episode really was, because we might have to take some of the meat off because of Tammy.
That's crazy. But hey, you know, it's nothing you guys haven't seen. You know, rocking with us for 3 seasons, so this is the highs and lows.
Almost a year. Our year anniversary is coming up. Be on the lookout. September 2nd.
Yes.
Maybe we'll announce something soon. I don't know. Are we gonna? Yeah, let's wait to announce. We're gonna wait. But there are things in the works that I know y'all would be excited about.
Absolutely.
We're excited about.
For sure. Yeah.
And it'll be a really fun time.
Yeah. So definitely, even in advance, you know, thank you guys for rocking with us for a year. It's so
crazy. We're so close to a year.
So crazy.
Thank y'all so much, and y'all that have been here since the beginning, like. For real, like hands on the ground, like bow, thank you.
Yes,
and I can't bow right now, so I'm holding him back. Here, I can make him bow. Thank you. He's been on since episode 3.
Yeah.
So he's been on almost a year too, and that's crazy that I've had him for almost a year.
Yeah, that's crazy.
And that I'm over half a year into my sobriety, and had good glass back in the day.
Yeah. Because this is what success looks like.
Yes.
Yeah.
But yeah, y'all mean so much to us. Thank you so much. Please comment if you're excited. We're going to see you September 2nd. Yes. What's funny is that if you go back to our post, you'll find it. It's still there, but I'm selling behind the scenes if you're new. What's funny is September 1st was supposed to be our first day, and then we accidentally posted on the 2nd because we had all the technical problems in the world. But we moved the podcast to Mondays, and September 2nd is a Monday this year.
Yes, that's perfect.
How is that? That, like, worked out perfectly. That's, like, another example of something that we thought was a failure that turned into a success because it worked with what we had already changed for our future and what we've created now.
That's so true. I didn't even think about that. It's so crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Check us out.
Yeah.
Check us out September 2nd.
Yeah.
And all the episodes till then too.
Yeah, for sure. Check out our Instagram at Talkinshitatl and on TikTok. And we're working, the Twitter's kind of tweeting. The bird's been dying for a while. But our X.
Yeah.
And let us know if you want us to get a Facebook page.
Yeah.
We're open to it. And then, of course, on YouTube, Spotify, and Apple.
Yes, definitely. Hit those up. Subscribe. Send them to your friends. You've already probably subscribed, but send to your friends.
And make sure you hit that bell button, though, when you're subscribed on YouTube. And make sure you change your notifications to on so that you find out when we put up episodes. You can be one of the first to watch.
Absolutely right.
Mm-hmm.
Love that.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay. That's all you got.
Sure. Yep. That's what we got. Okay.
Love you.
Bye.